dealing with Joshua and the thousands of people that lost their place in this. He said, well, you got to understand it's this. My mother, my father, the four pastors before us, was as the Moses that came before us. After they left the scene, then there was Joshua. God is creating Joshua and Caleb to take this generation into the next level of Canaan for us on earth. The thing that happened in between Canaan and Egypt is that the people start murmuring and complaining. They was complaining where they had no valid reason to complain.
Amen.
The first thing they missed, that the place where they were, that they was no longer there. The second thing they missed, what they didn't notice, that God was preserving them for a place that was preserved for them. The third thing is that sometimes God put us in places to purify us. Because watch this. Before Joshua went into Canaan, there was a period of 3 days before the order was given to go into Canaan. Why? Because there had to be a sanctification. God told Moses to tell the people that none of them will make it simply because of their disobedience. Here it is. Even the leader fell short. The worst thing could happen, and the reason why I felt so bad even for Moses, is that God took him to the mountain and he showed him the place that was promised, that was already in his grasp. Watch this. And the writer said the place where Moses couldn't walk was the place that his eyes danced. It's a sad thing to get so close to the place where God has assigned you to be, and all you can do is look at it. It's bad in the time that we're living in, because now we got to understand the promise has been set. The objective is to be obedient. Anything that is contrary to the will of God will not prosper to the promise of God. Amen. Sometimes we can make things harder in living a saved life than it really is.
Amen. Sure right.
Things that we want to do, we can really do without a problem. So the question is, why is it difficult to do the right thing and so easily do the things we want to do? Here's the question too. If we say we love God, then what is causing us to have the difficulty to follow the guidelines which you have set that's going to take us into a place that has already been set for us to receive? Here it is. And we won't have to work for it. Why is it difficult? Because to my perspective, it's when people are told to do, it seems like it affects them to make them feel as if someone is trying to control their lives. In other words, if you tell me, then it's as if I rebelled against the order.
Amen.
But if it's something that I want to do, I have no problem. So my confusion is, we say we love God. We say we want the promises of God. But we fail to obey the will of God. And we make it seem so difficult when it's not as difficult as we make it seem. It's really simple. If we can live life, we can live right.
Jesus.
But the problem is that there is a battle between the flesh and the spirit. Watch this. As I was reading Joshua, I thought about this. I'm saying, God, we fail to see what you're doing for us now because we are so focused on what we want later.